Alright, so let's not waste no time, jump right into this haircut tutorial. Right here I have my 1.5 guard on my Wall Magic cordless clippers. This is the actual 1.5 guard, not the one open. And I have it all the way closed. And this haircut is inspired off the movie Fury, Brad Pitt's haircut. So there is going to be some bulk in the back of his head, but not too much. And you'll see the end result comes out clean, looks dope, but just know that there will be a little bit of bulk in the back. But like I said once in my video before, I cut to please the client, not anyone else. The client loved it, and that's all that matters. Alright, so now I jump into my number 2 guard, lever all the way open, and I'm just taking it all the way to the ridge of the head, all the way to the top, and making sure I'm combing away the hair that doesn't need to be cut. And we're going to start bringing it back together. Still on my number 2 guard. Lever open. And we're going to do a lot of shear work, y'all. I'm going to be using the Tune 45 official professional shears and the professional thinning shears as well. Alright, so then we're going to do some clipper over comb to kind of blend this side in. Making sure to comb over hair that you don't need to cut. And whenever I do clipper over comb, I always have the lever all the way open. And if I get closer to the scalp with a thinner comb, I'll start, moving the lever to the closed position. And you don't want to put the comb all the way in and then cut. You want to kind of bring the comb towards you and then cut, because you'll create yourself a hard line doing that. But so what you do to one side, you do to the other, taking a 1.5 guard, and then from here I believe I jumped to the 3 guard, because I found, by trial and error, if I start with a higher guard before the next guard, it kind of keeps my blend a little lower, if that makes any sense. It's just something that works for me. So right here, this is the number 3 guard, lever open, and I'm not digging into the hair. I'm kind of like just trusting the guards. It kind of scoops already naturally. I'm not scooping too hard though. And then I believe this is the number 4 guard, and then I go back to the 2 to kind of clean it up a little bit. But this is going to be the highest guard I use, and then everything else is going to be shear work. Alright, so now I'm using the Andis Slimline Pro Li to go ahead and line him up. He likes to keep the sideburns kind of long and thick, kind of natural. These are slim lines. They are adjusted pretty close, but they're not necessarily zero gapped. I can use these on kids and adults. There's no redness, no irritation, just crispiness. And you can tell that 4 guard already blended kind of, into the top. But when I come back with the shears and do some point cutting and then some shear over comb, it's going to bring everything together. Watch. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen the movie Fury, make sure y'all check that out. It's with Brad Pitt in it, and he has this type of haircut. My client's actually been growing his hair to do this haircut, and I figured this Tune 45 shears just recently came out, so we're gonna go ahead and do the haircut and do the tutorial for y'all and use those shears, because my God, those Tune 45 shears, y'all, are so sharp. So sharp. I'm not even being biased. I'm not hyping it. Nothing. They're sharp. You gotta be careful, man. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and grab the front section. I'm not gonna cut too much of the front, because that's gonna comb backwards, and you don't want to cut it too short. So I'm kind of just clipping the ends, making sure it's even. Grabbing the second section, and this is where I'll begin to start cutting a little more. as we get towards the back. And right here, these are the 245 shears right here. I believe there are, if not 5.5, they're 6. No, they are 6-inch. 6-inch shears. But man, they're sharp, super sharp. And I'm just, you know, these techniques that I use on this haircut, I knew a little bit about point cutting, but the right technique and the right way to do it, when I went to Chris Bosio's hands-on workshop here in Tampa, Florida, and just, you know, being around him, man, definitely helped me out. He definitely gave me some nuggets, or gave the class some nuggets, and I just put it into play. So right here, I'm gonna grab this section and start point cutting. And you want to rest the steel blade on your fingers. But this just adds a little bit of a texture, and then it blends right in. It helps it blend, especially with this type of haircut. I'm gonna do some point cutting on top as well to add some texture. But the end result, I think it came out dope. Again, my client loved it. So and I may not even be doing it by the book, but this is just what works for me. And something is, you know, I'm self-taught. So I did go to barber school, but as far as like point cutting and texturizing, my wife's been helping me out, and then also going to Chris Bosio's hands-on workshop. But you can see it's starting to leave less of a harsh line. Then we're going to come to the back, start doing some point cutting. And again, y'all, this may not be the right, you know, the correct way, but it worked for me. This is my system. We're going to soften up that bulk in the back and on the sides as well. Just watch. Alright, so now we're going to do some shear over comb. And you don't, whenever you do the shear over comb, whenever you put the comb into the hair, you don't want to cut right away. You're going to cut little by little, and you'll start seeing the bulkiness, you know, kind of like fade away a little bit. It's going to soften up. But don't cut too much, because if you cut too much, then you're going to create yourself a line, or maybe even a bald spot, or an uneven area. So I'm barely like grazing the tips, and I'm traveling with it. That way I can blend it. Some more shear over comb. Notice how it's softening up. Do some more point cutting. Alright, so right here I didn't realize that my camera didn't get this, but I'm basically doing the same thing on top. I'm point cutting the top. Same thing I did to the sides, I'm doing to the top. And this is going to add, you know, a little more texture to it. The haircut's already starting to take shape. I've been cutting hair for about 5 years now, and I'm still a student to the whole shear game. Like, it's definitely evolving right now. Like, it's the hot thing right now is shear work. Alright, so right here, these are the Tune 45 thinning shears. I believe they're already sold out. I don't know if they're gonna make another order, but I think they're already sold out. But you can check the Tune 45 website, tune45.com, and see if they have the shears or thinning shears still available. Because the pre-orders, man, it flew. Those pre-orders went quick. Alright, so we're gonna soften up this back area. And I'm using the same technique. I'm not digging in, I'm just kind of like clipping the ends of it. Or cutting the ends of it, sorry. Alright, so I think I grabbed the number 3 guard lever all the way open, and I'm still trying to soften up the back area. Trying not to go too high. And then I grabbed the 4 guard and just kind of like soften up this area as well. Lever open. The reason why I always start with the lever open is if I start with the lever closed, then I might create another line or a little bit of shadow. So I always start with the lever open just to make sure that if it doesn't cut, then I'll work my way down. But alright, so right here I'm going to apply some product to his hair. That's pretty much it, y'all. This is an inspired haircut by the movie Fury. Make sure y'all check that out. That way you can get a better understanding of a haircut. I think it came out nice. Alright, here it is. Here's a little 360. I'm about to show my client the mirror or the haircut. Yes, my sticker or my mirror was upside down. Alright, y'all, that's the finished product. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment. Team Gifted, stay gifted.